Hello everybody, my name is Connor, and I am here with our last purple-yellow croc game for a while. You guys voted we go to purple Luffy, and we will be building a purple Luffy deck here. I have 2 Odin games I'm going to be posting, and then we should be on purple Luffy, unless I feel just really awkward on it. Then I won't play it in person at my next tournament, which is the day this video goes up, actually. So we end up going second. I think we win this dice roll, which we never win, and we get a Katakuri off the top of our deck. And if you guys can see my hand, which I know I keep kind of pulling off screen, you guys can see the problem that I'm facing. I have no ramp. I have a bunch of big bodies and no ramp. So my opponent, who is a good friend of mine, his name's Riley. He's starting a YouTube channel, and he hasn't told me how to pronounce it. Like, we've talked about it, but I don't want to pronounce his username wrong. But when he starts the channel, I will link it in the description below so you can follow him. He's a very good player, and he's on my list of people I want to beat. I have a list of people at my locals. It's not like an actual list, but you know, just keep record of who I've beaten and keep it in my head. But we get Miss Valentine, and we're searching for ramp, and we find nothing. So I take the Miss Friday and Mr. 13, because you can play it and then trash, in this case, Miss Valentine, another Baroque's Works character, and ramp a Dawn. And I'm thinking, like, okay, I can do that. But realistically, I do end up doing that, spoiler, and I don't think it was worth it because it is a 2K. But I swing pretty heavy here. And I think in this case, I should not have been swinging into Enel's life, because my opponent is just establishing this massive hand. He hasn't really played much. He's at 5 Dawn now, and he's finally going to play something. So he swings 5 at life, and I counter out with Capone. Realistically, I think I should have taken this hit. Because I can see in my hand I don't have a lot of counter. I have a lot of big bodies, so I think the counter would be more useful, and a 5k swing maybe would have been fine. But my opponent plays Shirahoshi and picks up 3 cards to figure out, and he's trying to figure out which 2 he wants to trash. So he is just building a massive hand for himself, and this is kind of what Enels do now, which is, I guess it's not very different from when I play Enel, which was when Enel released in, what was that, OPO5? Yeah, that was OPO5. Which we'll be going back to Enel eventually. I'm sorry, I love Enel. I can't help it. I actually designed the sleeves my opponent is using. I use those sleeves on my Enel deck as well. Designed them, got them printed, and he actually traded me a bunch of purple Luffy stuff towards the purchase of the sleeves. So shout out to him for helping me keep this channel looking pretty. So we're at, what was that, 6 Dawn? I think we might be at 6 Dawn. Oh no, I can't count. 5 Dawn. Close. No, I am at 6 Dawn. I'm not used to, math is hard, you know what they say. But I end up tapping 3 and playing the Miss 13 or Miss Friday and Mr. 13. I always mix that up. And ramping a Dawn, which, looking back at this game, I think that he was, now I have no bodies on my board. Granted, I know Miss Valentine's not a big body, but I could have swung with Miss Valentine here, and I think that would have, I don't know if that would have been better, but providing her pressure, having her on the board, having another body on board, granted, yes, I have to give her Dawn or something to buff her up. I feel like that would be more useful than the 1 Dawn I gained by trashing her and the 2K. But I was like in this mind that I was like, I need ramp. And I do need ramp, but that was a lot of resources to give up for 1 Dawn. So my opponent goes ahead and swings 5 into me, and I have a 2K. I can see the Capone right there. But I go ahead and take, and I trigger out. So I trigger out this arrow, and looking back at it, I don't think I should have triggered out the arrow. I have a lot of big bodies in my, I have nothing really in my hand I want to get rid of, and I could have benefited. I'm at 2 life now. I could have benefited from having the counter. So I go to trash the Croc, and then I decide to trash Katakuri. And looking back at it, I hate that play. I hate this play so much. I should have kept arrow. Katakuri could have helped me deal with this board state later. I could have gotten rid of this Big Mom, which I let him gain a life off of the 7-drop Big Mom. And I think after the arrow, I think I should have been fine taking a life, or trashing a life. But we draw for our turn, and we get an Okama away. My brain stopped functioning there for a second. And we're at 9 Dawn, which are we at 9 Dawn? Yeah, we're at 9 Dawn, and I end up dropping a Croc, I'm pretty sure. But I swing 5 just to see, and I should know, like, he just takes it. I don't think he's countered out of a single one of my hits. So I should have just, I need to stop swinging at Enels. It works for me in the Enel game I'm posting tomorrow. But every other time I've played Enel, it has not worked for me. So I end up gaining a life with Croc and passing turn, and I do make an error with the Dawn here, because I'm so used to having Miss Valentine, not Miss Valentine, excuse me. I'm so used to having Miss Wednesday on the board. So I did catch that earlier. I will point it out, so please don't fully roast me. My opponent swings 6 into me, and I counter out. I think I should have taken that, because I know this attack. I should have known that the 7 Mom was coming. I use Croc ability, and here's where I do the air. I bring it back because I'm so used to Miss Wednesday being out, and then I Croc ability and get. And here I trash the Bon Clay, and granted, my opponent has some good stuff to get rid of Bon Clay. Maybe it would have been worth keeping Bon Clay, but we take a life, and we take that hit, yeah, and then he Katakuris my Croc into my life, which really hurt. And as I mentioned, my opponent is just a very good player, and I definitely, this was final round in the tournament, 4th round after a day of work. So I can say it was, a long day at work and I wasn't thinking clearly. Who knows? I just definitely know that looking back, like, this was not the cleanest play. And I was pretty upset with myself at the end of this game, like, just because, like, I've had you guys tell me, and like people tell me, like, don't swing into an L, don't swing into an L, and my dumbass was swinging into an L all game. Like, I don't know how to deal with that when he gets the large, board or the large hand. But we Croc ability, we go to 5 life, which is gonna be a pain in the ass for me to edit on the layout, and we pass turn. So yeah, my opponent's got some big bodies. I'm hoping he doesn't have another Katakuri, because I don't want another large body to be put into my life. I need large swings to retaliate from the large swings that he has. Yeah, so I have 5 life, 5, 6, 7. I keep thinking, if I can just blow up, I wanted so hard, and maybe this, like, influenced how I played, but I wanted so badly to blow up Big Mom with a Yamato. I wanted to do it so bad, and I tried really hard to keep my life up, and I think that might have been part of the reason I played just so poorly. But my opponent swings, and I don't have counter, so I Okama away, minus the Dawn, get it back because of Croc, and I redirect the attack into my Croc, and it's a 8k swing, and my Croc is 9, so he swings with Big Mom, and I could do the Okama away again, which I think why I didn't take that Enel hit was because I wanted to. Yeah, and I come away. Minus my Dawn. Good job, Connor. Send it into Croc. So there's another place where I think I messed up. I was trying to keep my life up. I wanted to KO the 7 mom so badly with Yamato that I kind of threw away my Okama ways, but we do get a Kikinojo off a trigger, so that's great. That's another large body for me. And he plays his rush ace. And he's just letting me know since he's at 2 life, it has a rush. And I'm like, you big meanie. And we get an Okama way, and I put it in my hand. He taps 2, and he plays the new I think it's Shirahoshi blocker, which is not something I'm used to. So there is a play later on that he tells me kind of her ability, and he lets me kind of take back and away. But we're at 9 Dom. We can, because I'm thinking we could pop Shirahoshi, either of them. Either of them. We could pop Ace. I think I do end up dropping Yamato to pop Ace here, just to try and clear some off his board. Yeah, I drop Yamato, pop Ace. I don't hate that play at all. That's Ace is a 7k body. It definitely is tricky. Yes, I don't get the life gain, which stinks, but I go 9 into Katakuri, and you can see his hand. It's massive. Of course, he's got the counter for it. I go 6 into life, and he takes it. I shouldn't have swung with Kikinojo. Shouldn't have gone into life. Because he's at 1 life, yes, but he's an L. So it's basically like he's at 3 life. I have to hit him 3 more times. Actually, is he at 2 life? I think he's at 1 life. I can't tell. The layout will tell you guys otherwise. But I think like this game kind of starts slowly going out of hand once he hits that 7 Dawn turn and he gets the 7 mom out, because he played her right on curve, which was frustrating for me. But good for him. And he's trying to figure out what he wants to do. He's at max Dawn. And I'm low on resources. I just don't have a lot. He plays his own Yamato. Yep, so he pops my Kikinojo. And I get a life, which is great. But yeah, I have no big cards in my hand, no healing options. He swings 6 into life. Counter out, because I know I'm gonna have to take the Big Mom hit, and I know I'm gonna have to take the Katakuri hit. So he swings Big Mom into life, and I Croc ability to try and find something. And I get Croc. So I end up trashing Amaru. I could have kept Amaru because of Shirahoshi, but out of everything I had in my hand, I feel like Amaru was the best thing to get rid of, and I wanted that Croc. So I'm trying to decide if I want to redirect it, and I don't. I end up taking the life, and I play out Miss Valentine, and I'm trying to find some Baroque works to play, to have. I probably take Okama away, but I feel like I should take Miss Doublefinger. Oh, I do take Miss Doublefinger. You know what? I didn't completely screw that up. Good job, me. So we saw 1 Kikinojo in that search. 1 Kikinojo's in our trash. I just want you guys to remember that for later. So he swings Katakuri into me, and I redirect the attack into Croc. And that is that. So yeah, his board is definitely, at this point, I would call it out of control. I cannot heal. I can't do it. I don't know how to get through this board. But we do get another Yamato, so that's good for us, in a way. And I feel like we go ahead and drop Croc here, but I feel like I feel like so I'm at 3 life, and I think I'm getting ready to drop Croc. I feel like this turn I should have just swung. I should have attached Dawn and swung large at the bigger bodies. Would have potentially gotten rid of more cards in hand. Would have potentially gotten rid of the blocker, because I'm just trying to heal every turn. But he just 2Ks out of that hit. I swing 9, another 9 at Katakuri, I think. He gives me the 2K Capone. And yeah, so like he has this massive hand. He has these big bodies that he can just counter out of everything I try and hit him with. So it's like super frustrating. Like I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, what I need to do. I think I go to play. No, I play Croc here. I play Croc. I'm -2 Dawn. And I heal. Which I'm not. I think that. Granted, I'm interested to know what you guys think, because looking back, I feel like I should have just tried to swing larger and gotten rid of the bodies or the blocker. And if I had Katakuri, I could Katakuri his Katakuri. So I'm kind of kicking myself for getting rid of that Katakuri. I think I should have kept the arrow, and like the arrow would have been very helpful for when he's swinging his Katakuri and his Big Moms. And so he's thinking about attaching 2 to Big Mom. He attaches 3 to Big Mom, and I don't have a lot of counter in my hand. So he swings what is that, 7, 8, 9, 10 into Croc. So I go ahead Croc ability. I get 1 back because of Croc leader. And I think I trash Miss Valentine. And I'm trying to figure out what I want to do here. How I want to. I just let Croc go. And I know he's got 2 big swings coming. I think my thought process there was I can't protect everything, and I think out of everything, like Croc going would be the most okay. Then he swings big here, and I give him 4K to save Yamato, and I don't hate that play, but I definitely know that last turn, if I swung big with leader and Croc and Yamato, he would have A, had less cards in hand, and B, we potentially could have gotten a big body off his board, or the blocker, which initially I wasn't worried about the blocker, but I learned in a second, and probably next turn, that if I KO the blocker with an effect, the blocker gains a life. So he's trying to decide where he wants to swing Yamato. I think he swings Yamato into my Yamato, and I don't have counter. I know you guys can't see my hand, but I've got Yamato in my hand at this point. So he replaces. This is where the game starts to get not fun. I get so frustrated with this game. He Onamis, banishes a Kikanojo, and I'm like, that sucks. I really needed that Kikanojo. So that's 3 Kikanojos we've seen this game, right? We had 1 in that search, one got KO'd earlier, and the one he just banished. So we're at 9 Dawn again. I'm trying to decide what I want to do, and I should have just swung Dawn. I don't get any benefit from. I really don't get a benefit. I know I'm playing Yamato. Yep, I play Yamato. And I go to KO his blocker, and he reminds me, like, because it's not a card I'm super familiar with. He's like, oh, I get a life if you KO her. And at this point, I'm like, are you fucking serious, man? Like, I can't get any cards. I have no card draw. I can't get rid of his blocker. I can't get rid of his board. Like, I'm having a miserable time at this point. Realistically, I think I should have loaded my bigger bodies and swung, and that's what instead of dropping these big bodies every turn, I did feel like there was a need to respond to his big bodies, but So like, yeah, I swing 9 and he just gives me 1Ks. Like he's got a massive hand, and I go ahead and I pass turn because I can't do anything else. I have a missed double finger in hand here, and I got 1 card in hand, and he goes ahead, gets another card from his deck, and this game started very fun, and then it spiraled out of control, and I got really frustrated. And whenever I get really frustrated, I'm never mad at my opponent. I could never be mad at Riley. Like, he's such a sweet guy, and I enjoy seeing him. I enjoy playing against him. We were joking the whole time, having a good time, but I just got really frustrated with how I played this game, and I think you can kind of tell that there's some more tense, like, behaviors. So he swings 8 or 7, yeah, 8 in a croc. Is that 8 in a croc? Is that 8 in a croc? Oh, wait a second, did he swing 8 in a croc? Because croc is a 9K. If that's the case, that's because I am tilted at this point. So he puts banish, another Onami banish on Yamato, swings into croc, into life. He banishes another Kikinojo. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I needed those Kikinojos. Like, I needed Kikinojo. And I'm like, I mean, I know that's the game, man, but like, oh, I was upset. Especially to get betrayed by that by my own friend, dude. SMH. I will never forgive him. Just kidding. I'm totally kidding, Riley. I love you. So he swings 8, and I get Bon Clay, and here I make another bad play here. Granted, I don't think it was the worst play. I could have played worse because he is trying to figure out how much Dawn. So he swings 6. And I'm like, okay, he has about 5 Dawn left. He's got a rush ace. So I counter out, and he Kingdom comes my Yamato. And I'm like, at this point in the game, I'm miserable. I'm like, I lose. I mean, I'm playing it out but I should have taken an Enel swing, but I did not see the Kingdom Come coming. And I've got, what do I have? I have a Bon Clay and a Miss Wednesday in my hand. Like, I don't know what to do. And at this point, I've checked out of the game. I'm getting the back-to-back banish on my 2 Kikinojos was really unfortunate for me. I think that it kind of was just salt in the wound, though, at that point. Like, I already had lost the game. I think I lost it at turn 7 when he started establishing big bodies, and I didn't try and, I couldn't answer. I definitely, looking back at the game, like, while I was playing the game, after the game, I was like, I don't know what I could have done differently. I think I swung too into you. Like, I swung at you too early, and you just had this big hand. And I do think that was one of the things I did wrong. So I swing, he blocks. I swing into one of his board, I think, and he blocks. And I'm looking at it, and I'm just miserable. I have no idea what to do. I wanted to, so I passed my turn, and I think you can tell by the way I'm moving that I'm upset. And I'm a very competitive person. I grew up playing sports, and I want to do well. I always want to do well, and I push myself to do well. So I think this game, just frustrated me. And it's nothing against Riley, obviously I'm not mad at him. He is a very strong player. He played well. I'm very disappointed in how I played. And that game was right after I played against Gecko, and I just didn't see any ramp, and I didn't see any big bodies, and I just got slaughtered. So it just was a really sour end to my evening, and but looking back, I can see that I definitely did do a couple of things wrong. I don't think I should have been so aggressive early to help him build his large hand size. I think I should have not dropped so many large bodies, especially when I was at higher life. and I don't think I should have triggered out that arrow. It is kind of unfortunate we only saw that one arrow. Arrow could have maybe helped a little bit, but yeah, I mean, I wanted to post this game because I did want to know what you guys think were some things I did wrong. If you guys think I did anything else wrong besides the things I've stated, or if, you know, this was just a simple, you know, this is why Croc is not as viable as everyone wants him to be. Everyone being me, I want Croc to be the best deck in the game so I can play nothing but Croc. But yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, hit that like button down below. It helps me out more than you can ever know. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.